we're on to a new week. This is our January official masterclass, really introducing the new January module. I will be doing a step-by-step whole complete module on this. So this is like an overview, but the step-by-step stuff will talk you through exactly how to find the images, how to import them, how to arrange them in a pretty way, how to do things like these sorts of graphics. This vision board book I've got has got like aeroplane tickets. So in the actual module, I'll show you how to create aeroplane tickets and also how to do images like, these really nice fonts. Family, friends of the family, we choose. Um, what else? This whole page is full. Oops. This whole page is full of words. So first of all, I should introduce what the hell we're doing today. I went straight into it there, didn't I? So this is our vision board book masterclass. I'm really excited about vision board books. Really, this is something I really should have done in December, but I didn't. I didn't get around to it. And I asked ChatGPT, is it too late to create a vision board because it's already January? And it assures me not. And people buy vision board books continuously all year round. It says ideally just don't position it as a new year resolution thing. You can have a 90-day reset, you can do a reset anytime. And I think back to the last 10 years of my life when I've been particularly interested in vision boards. Oh, why has my thumb gone up now? I'm going to leave. Should I leave my thumb there? Um, I think back to the last 10 years. I better not put one finger up. And, I've been doing vision boards all year round. Probably not at Christmas. Probably that last quarter is probably the only time I've never really done, an actual vision board. And I imagine people do them in December, ready for the year ahead. Those people who plan things. I don't really understand these people, but there are those kinds of humans out there, aren't there? So we're going to look at the vision board books over on Amazon. They are crushing life. And when I looked in my Bookbeam, I do have a Bookbeam subscription, and it allows you to look at sales history. And I am confident that they have been doing well all year round. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done this module in January. You can get brilliant sales on your vision board books all year round, and then you can become rich in January, in December and January, which is when the sales all go a little bit nuts. So I've got some slides. We're going to look at Amazon. We're going to get really depressed in ChatGPT, and then we're going to end on a high. So that's how it's going to go. So also, just to make this a bit more interactive, if you've got any ideas as I go along, or if you have any observations, we've not all thought of everything. So do pop it in the chat and I will regularly check the chat and see any ideas that you lot have got. Because these vision board books, the world is your oyster. You can do anything. Most of the books are like this one that I've bought. So I'll just try and make it so that you can actually see that. I've got my camera doing this thing that Nora's camera was doing the other week. So that's the one I've bought. I thought I'd bought the bestseller, but I clicked on the wrong one. This one is making about 25k a month. I think I've got it written down anyway in the slides, but the bestseller is crushing through 100k a month. And there's actually a few bestsellers. Just to let you know, you might get a little bit confused when you search vision board books because some of them are independently published on Amazon KDP, like we're doing here in the Book Boss Academy. And some of them are actually published through Amazon FBA. And you'll find that they've got a lot more images of what you see inside. You'll find that those books have got little descriptions like serrated edges for easy tearing, That's how you know that those books have been published on Amazon through Amazon FBA. And so they've had to pay for a load of stock. So but they've got thousands of reviews. So even though like there's a few of these books hitting over 100K a month, the ones that are published in Amazon FBA, I reckon they're making 200 and 300 grand a month, right? And what else? They're going to get more royalties because they're not having to pay for publishing costs because they're getting their own printed. Now, don't get me wrong, their printing costs might be more than if they would pay for Amazon if they were independent publishers, or they might be buying bulk from Korea or wherever. They might be paying $2 a book for some like really incredible, great quality books. I don't know anything about that. What I do know is that you can make a whole business of vision board books. You can start off independently publishing on Amazon KDP, make thousands and thousands of dollars, like maybe have a series of 4 or 5. I'm always telling you to think big and dream big. And bank some of that, maybe bank 40% of it, and then go and create your amazing, whatever high quality spec aesthetic magazine edit edition serrated edge book and put it on Amazon FBA and make your millions. So there's a path to millions here, which is also exciting for one of our masterclasses. A very clear path. There's whole companies, beautiful like women, they're working together as like business besties, and they're doing all vision boards as part of their business, and they're doing cards to go with it and different vision boards, physical boards to go with it. And they've made whole entire shops all about vision boarding and manifestation. So if you're into vision boarding, manifestation, you can make this into a whole little dream business of its own. So that's the big vision, but let's pull us right back to the beginning. Let's start from step one, hey, rather than creating a global vision boarding empire right from the get-go. But I just wanted you to be aware that that's where you can go with this, which I find all of that incredibly exciting when I can see a career path. I remember, leaving uni, getting my first job. I was like merchandising for a computer book company, which is a bit random, but that's what I was doing. That was my first job after university. And it was like, okay, I'll take the job if there's a career path. I always like to see the path ahead, even if I decide not to take it. So with that in mind, I shall share my slides that I've only just finished. So I'm expecting some typos because I've not checked it. We were on the wire today. Thought I had a lot of time and then it ran out. Such is my life. So this is how to create profitable vision board books. And these are the screenshots of just some of the bestsellers that I found on Amazon. We'll have a quick look in Amazon in a minute as well, so that you know how to search for them. And there's lots and lots of different searches that you can do. So I'll show you how to do that as well, because it's important first that you can see, well, which ones are selling so that you can get your own ideas going. And you can also see they're all very unique, even though they all look very similar. There's something unique and different about every single one of these. And it's really exciting diving into them. And when you do searches like vision board book on Amazon, and then you can go vision board clip art book, and then you can go vision board. You can go into books and go vision board clip art book for women. You can go health vision board clip art book. So, and you can literally do 50 or 100 different searches of vision board books and come up with all different ones. What I found, I have a Chrome extension, I mention it in all the, introductory videos here in the Book Boss Academy. Part of the introduction is to download a Chrome extension called Kip Scout, and that will tell you for free, you don't have to pay for it, exactly how much money these books are earning each month. They're usually about a 4 to 6 week delay on the data that you're getting, but that's good enough, isn't it? We don't mind a 4 to 6 week delay. So you can see that the books for kids are making money, the books for women, business women, health books, the books for boys and girls, black men, black women, um, the travel ones, they are all earning three excited little dollar signs in the little Kip Scout logo. And whenever I see three green dollar signs on that logo, I get really excited. Like I'm buzzing when I see that. And all of my books that I've created over the past 7 or 8 months now, yeah, 8 months, have all started off with I need to find niches and areas on KDP that have $3 signs. That is my number one criteria for what I'm going to publish next. So this is definitely the one I'm going to publish next in this month. So in the module inside the Book Boss Academy, I will walk you through exactly how I'm doing it step by step by step. And so you can see in real time me actually making the book. So let's go to the slides. This is a bit fancy. I didn't do this. Well, I did, but I didn't know it had all this animation. So here's what you're going to learn today. You're going to learn what is a vision board clip art book. You're going to learn how to find a profitable niche, how to research vision board books, how to optimize profitability. That's a big one. I've got some little tricks up my sleeve that I want to teach you on how to optimize how much money you can make from your book. How to plan your vision board books, because when I started diving in at the weekend, I thought I'm just going to make my book. And I got myself into a complete mess with all of these images. I mean, it's easy to just get drowned in images and not know where they're all going. So now I now have a plan of how I can compartmentalize all my images and have a little bit of a system going. So I'll tell you about that. How to actually create your vision board books, and then common pitfalls and traps for you to avoid. So here's what the books look like, and I've put 4 very distinctive different covers there at the top for you to see that they're just completely different. The world is your oyster, you know, you can just design at will and go a bit crazy. This is the best-selling one that's over 100k. I think it was on 130k last month. It's on about just under 100k this month. But as you know, is the 2025 one has a history of doing well every month all throughout the year. So this one, I think the cover, if you look at the cover of that one there at the top, 2026 Vision Board Clip Art Book, what I like about that is they've got a little white border around the images and around the little clip art pieces. So those images kind of stand out really well in a mobile thumbnail. And that was my theory of why this cover has done particularly well, or this book has done particularly well this season. Then we've got the next one, Vision Board Book Year 2026. That's actually an Amazon FBA one, but I wanted to show you that cover because it's more of an editorial kind of magazine type cover, which I thought was quite nice. Then we've got this aesthetic cover that is white and beige. And I thought, why have an aesthetic cover? Why do people want a vision board that's white and beige? And of course, if they want to display it in their lovely house and they've got all gorgeous neutrals in their house, like they've got the woods and the sages and the creams and the beiges, and they've made the house beautiful. And then they've got all this pink and blue and green and purple and red and, you know, colour splash on the vision board. It's not really going to go with their decor. So I thought that was interesting that there's a few aesthetic ones that you think, okay, that will look nice in your bedroom. That will look lovely in your office. That will look gorgeous actually in your living room even, because they are designed to look nice and to be of a certain colour palette. So we could go wild with the colour palette ones and have like a whole series of colour palettes, just as an idea. Then we've got this magic vision board clip art book for women, and it's more of a pinky kind of style, and that one is doing well as well. So I'll show you how much money some of these books are making. What is interesting about this niche is that lots of books, hundreds of them, if not, probably thousands of them, are making well over $500 a month. thousands of them, and hundreds of them are making over 5k a month. So it's definitely not a saturated niche, and there is a lot of I don't know what the word is. Lots to choose from, lots of choice of these vision board books. But obviously, people are buying them and buying all the different types of ones. It's when we come across niches where the top 2 or 3 books are doing well and all the other books are sort of making $50 or zero. Those are niches with a big red flag. Only the best sellers are doing well. In this niche, a lot of them, thousands of them, are doing well. I think a book has really succeeded when it's making $200 to $300 plus per month, and then you're getting the odd one that makes over 1,000, over 2,000. If you can get it to 5k and 10k, like some of these, and 100k, then you're doing amazing. You might as well turn it into a whole brand if we're doing so well with these books. So it's really exciting what you can do with this niche. So looking at these images here, this says one book equals 1,000 magazines, high-end editorial look, trusted by coaches. So this book in particular has an editorial kind of Vogue style to it, which is very appealing, very different to the one I've got here. One I hear is like a mismatch, hodgepodge, lots and lots of different colours of everything, but this book is doing very well anyway. I personally prefer this sort of editorial style, although I don't really see myself as like the editorial style woman. So maybe we want something that more suits us and suits our character. Then there's another image here that says how you use the book. Number 1, choose your goals, cut them out, arrange them on a board, display them and achieve. And then it says 1,000 handpicked images and quotes, which I think is really good. Travel, adventure, nature, education, career, business, investing, home, hobbies, pets, love, dating, weddings, friendship, fun, quality time, self-care, mindfulness, relaxation, healthy lifestyle, training, food, pregnancy, kids, family, beauty, style, luxury, volunteering, sustainability. You might want to screenshot that because that's basically all the categories, isn't it? And you could even cut some of those out. There's probably too many of them. But ChatGPT can also help you to organize all of your categories as well. It's amazing at doing things like that. So I've done a little video here to look at what's inside, so you can see what it looks like inside. This particular one has got a big image on the left-hand side of each page, and then it's got smaller images on the right-hand side. This one is only got images in it. The one I've purchased here has got images, clip art, words, travel tickets, all sorts of wild and wonderful things in this one. But that just shows, how different all of these books can be. And you can even just do a series and have lots of different types of books if you want to. So I thought that was good. I'll just play that again so you can see it once more. That's a really nice cover, isn't it? That's an aesthetic vision board book. Some of the pages are black and white. Some of them, they've got a bit of an overlay that they've done in canvas. Maybe they've got like a pink haze or a beige haze overlay on it, or a filter. Lower my hand. Okay, that's that one. So how to research the niche, and we're going to go over to Amazon now, and I'll just check the chat just to see if anybody's got any questions as well. So how to research the niche, we're going to open up Amazon.com in an incognito browser if you possibly can. If not, if that sounds like a bit too techy, just honestly don't bother with it. It's not going to make a massive difference. But ideally, if you know how to open an incognito browser, do that. Go to Amazon.com. Don't go to .co.uk or .eu or whatever it is, only because the biggest market is over there in the USA for Amazon. So we want to do our research on Amazon.com and the largest market share. Then you're going to go to books, and you're going to go to search vision board clip art book. But like I say, you can search for lots and lots of different search terms as well, just to get an idea of the niche and the area and the industry. Then you're going to find this is the thing that nobody else teaches. And I don't know why. I don't know why it's only me banging on about this. But I say the gold is when you find a book that has recently been published and it's not by a big brand or somebody that's already got 10 books, 10 vision board books, you know. If they've got 10 vision board books and they produce another one, they're guaranteed sales, aren't they? So you want to find someone that's not a biggie, that's not a big player in the field, an independent publisher who's published a book in the last 3 to 6 months and they're doing well. And that is your big green flag to say, this is a good one, to do something like this one. Obviously not to copy it and do exactly the same, to do something like it with your own unique spin. So you're going to find the most newest and most recent books published on Amazon. This is quite easy, obviously, for a 2026 vision board book. We're only just in 2026. So it's very easy in this niche, but not quite as easy to remember to do this in other niches. And stay away from getting too excited about big brands and big publishers. Write down the title and the subtitle of those ones that are doing really, really well, that have been recently published. And ideally take an image or a screenshot of the cover of the books that are doing really well, that you can see on your Kip Scout and your Chrome extension, or if you've got Bookbeam or Publisher Rocket or Publisher Titans, whatever you use to look at, you know, how a book is doing well. So we're going to go over to Amazon, but I'm just going to come and just look in the chat quickly, just to see how you're all doing, that you're following me. Yeah, it's not going to take months. Jodie says she was wanted to do one in October and sat to organise it and went into rabbit holes. Yeah, I found a way to do that. Yeah, I'll just tell you quickly now. So in Canva, I do a page that's a category. It might be fitness. And then I have like 10 blank pages. And then the next one I'll do like love. And I just spend time getting my images and dumping them in those Canva pages. Just hodgepodge, bish bash bosh, just to get them onto Canva and in the right category. And then I go file, make a copy of that, to then delete some that I don't want, position them in a nice way. So then you've got your original file with all the hodgepodge mishmash photo dumping, but then you've got your master file that you're actually making it all nice and lovely. That's the way I stop myself from going down the rabbit holes that I did when I tried it the first time. Cindy loves a vision board. They're so you, Cindy. Cindy, I need Cindy to do like 4 in a series of these, because they manifestation ones, they'd be so brilliant for you. Maybe a retirement one for women as well as part of the series. That would be so cool, because Cindy is like the queen of like retiring like a queen. So yeah, that would be great for you. Nora has bought one. Yeah, I think Emily said she's bought a few. So I can't wait to see Emily's if we do some co-working this week. Hopefully she'll show us all. Wendy, you've got some arriving. I want one of these magazine ones, like the editorial ones, but I could only find it in, I nearly said Australia, in the USA, and I had to wait like 2 weeks for it to arrive, and so I didn't buy it. Claudia's not seen one live. It's like a junk journal scrapbook. Yeah. Yeah, so just to explain, actually, you know, you get a board, so you buy a board separately, or you could just have a big piece of paper. Like, who needs a board? So you have a big piece of paper, glue, and some scissors, and basically you're meant to just cut this to shreds. Some of the books I've noticed, you can use a hairdryer to melt the spine, even on an Amazon one. So melt the spine, and then the pages just simply fall out effectively from the spine, which I find really cool. But you can obviously tell people that's what they can do on your Amazon book description, and also, you know, inside one of the front pages as well, just to make it super easy for them to use the book. And then you'll go through your vision boarding exercise. You could maybe do it with a daughter, a loved one. I can't imagine doing it with my husband. My daughter, maybe. I don't think my husband would be that interested, although there are vision board books for men. And then you can just choose all the images and the plane tickets and the clip art. They've got even these little bubble words in this one. And they've got them all the way through the book. I am positive, I am fearless, I am kind. Um, this book is quite thin, and a lot of them are quite thin. I thought it was going to be really thick, but this is obviously something to do with the cost of printing on Amazon. So I would say there's a reason why they're all this size, and just to stick to something similar rather than trying to do something massive. Because that was my initial reaction. I was like, oh, I'm going to do a really big one. Mine's going to be the best. But then I'm probably going to be doubling my printing costs. And then everybody's selling theirs for $20 and mine will have to be like 30 or 35. And so then I'm pricing myself out of the market. So yeah, that is that. And then you just cut it all out and glue it into your vision board and stick it around and get creative. Might put some glitter on and some string, I don't know, ribbon, something like that on there. But it's really, really fun. Really fun to do with girlfriends on like a Friday night, takeaway, pizza, wine, vision boarding, bit of music. It sounds lovely. 165K, which is that one? Ooh, I need to buy that one. I didn't manage to find that one, but it did show me like
That's
these.
the top one, Abbie. The actually the one that you showed,
Oh,
the
okay.
most it's gone down just a bit like in the last week,
Yeah,
but it
yeah,
was 165 last week, and then
yeah.
just like yesterday or the day before, it was 155. And then um she's the same one that does the magic, the hot pink
Ah, right, okay.
magic one. I think her
Yeah.
name is Jess something, but that's the one I have coming. I can't wait to see it.
Oh, that is really exciting. Yes, love it. Claudia loves the last 1001. SBA, FBA, F for Freddie, stands for Nora.
Someone put it in the chat.
Yeah, completely forgotten. I don't even have one of the words.
Did you say, sir?
Oh yeah, fulfillment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Emily and Cindy posted what it stood for.
yeah, it's
Thanks.
fulfillment
Oh,
by Amazon.
Amazon. Yeah, sorry. was looking. I was looking for the. Somebody asked about the pages and the cost, so I was looking.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we can play around with it, like pretend to publish one and pretend how many pages it's got. Like, it's obviously going to be color, and so that's how we can see. Usually, Amazon has categories like 0 to 200 is this, 201 to that is that. So we just need to get it under that, uh, you know, um, barrier, that boundary, but basically just do it like the size of these ones that are coming through. So Amazon FBA, fulfillment by Amazon, and that is, we've looked at the spiral bound books quite a lot and the spiral bound puzzle books here in the academy. So, and they're fulfillment by Amazon as well. But, to me, it's a major faff. And you're having to buy books and check stock and repurchase, and then you've got stock that didn't sell, and it's just not something that I'm ready to do. Hmm. And yet there are some people who've made these vision board books into a whole business. This one is by a lady called Gloria Green. And when I researched her on Amazon, she's got like 8 different vision boarding books. So yeah, it looks like a really good niche to get into and stay in, which is really exciting. And it's also something really fun, playing around with images on Canva. I just can't think of anything better to do with my life and get paid for it. So I have an intention right now to do like 10 of these books. I'm that excited about them. Right. Okay. I've read most of the chat there. Yes. Genevieve says, a great question. Are they premium color or standard color? They're standard color. But they're good enough, they're really, really good quality, even the Amazon standard color print. But the ones on FBA do advertise that they're premium printing quality, glossy, this. you know, extra thick paper, you know, all of that. So you can go to town when you're actually getting your own books printed. But yeah, I'm really impressed with the quality, and I don't find it flimsy. It's quite thick, the paper. It's not like a magazine, you know, where you would glue it and it all comes through and it all starts tearing apart. So it's really, really good. Yes. Let me share my screen again. We're just going to go over to Amazon now, just to have like a little bit of a search. So this one here is an Amazon FBA one, just to show you. You can tell when they've got all these little thumbnails, and then you can't actually see on Kip Scout how much it's making, but it's got 274 reviews. That indicates it's had a lot of sales. And also they've got 3 vision boards, vision board 1, 2 and 3. There's one for black women, and then a book 1 and a book 2, an aesthetic one with your pages and stuff. So I just thought I'd show you that one. But basically we're going to go to amazon.com in an incognito window, ideally. Go to books, so then we'll avoid looking at the FBA ones. And then just type in vision board and see what comes up in the search below. So there it comes up vision board for men, vision board clip art book for women, vision board clip art book, vision board supplies, vision board guide. So I'm going to go vision board book, just because I don't want a load of boards coming up on my search. So here we've got the bestseller, and this might look different to you wherever you're searching, whatever country you're searching from. It might just look a little bit different for you. This one here, 2026 Vision Board Clip Art book. What I like about this book, and this is like the bestseller, it's actually for women and men. And I find that interesting sometimes in these niches when you go broad and do a book for everyone as your first book, and then niche down one for women, one for men, one for black women, black men, or boys, girls, teenagers. I think that would be a good way to go in this niche. Do the broad one first and then niche down. The broad niche being that more people are likely to buy it, you see, and then it's more likely to then come up in the rankings on Amazon. Whereas when we're like doing puzzle books, it makes more sense to niche down, like, I don't know, gardening puzzle book, gardening word search book. You know, you're going to do better and avoid market saturation when you niche down more. But it's kind of the opposite and the reverse with these vision board books, just as a starter, only because it's only just 2026, and how many people have published a 2026 vision board book? There's not going to be that many yet. So that's why I recommend that you go broad to start with and then niche down with any subsequent volumes or issues that you create. But that's not to say you might want to do a manifestation one or just something really quite niche, that, you know, it's completely up to you what you do. So just looking down, these are what we can see, all these vision board books, very different, some of them. We were mentioning this soft life one, so that's quite a trending concept that came in probably about two years ago, is that this idea of having a really slow, soft, gentle life, yoga, chia seeds, walks on the beach. So you could do a vision board that is just for that life. There's also successful careers, hustle hard, vision board books as well. There's another video here of what it looks like once you've cut it all out and made it into an actual board. That soft life book is obviously running some ads for it as well. Here's a series of 3. They've done very similar covers and done three different books as part of a little series, which I obviously like. I'm all over it. There's that magic one that I clipped out. There's that one that looks like a magazine, vision board book 2026. Here's a manifestation one. So I'm just trying to pick out what is different about a lot of these books. But you can keep going and keep going and keep going. You probably get to page 3 or 4 before all the 2026 ones start dropping off, which is a great sign that this is not a saturated niche. So let's just have a look at the ones for teens. I've not actually looked at this category. Here's one vision board clip art book for teens. It doesn't say 2026, which is interesting. So definitely room on the market there to do a 2026 one for teens. There isn't even one there. That's really exciting. But these are very nice. Vision board clip art book for teen girls. Let's look at Kip Scout. It's got 3 little dollar signs there, which always gets me excited. So like I say, anything that's earning over 200 or 300 a month, I think is really good. This top one is a vision board clip art book, is earning 8,000, and it's really not aimed at 2026. What is very clever about this cover is it says updated 2026, and next year it will say updated 2027. I think that is really clever. So they've not got 2026 actually in the title. They're just going to redo that little sticker every single year so that that book continues to accrue sales and continues to accrue reviews, and therefore gets higher up in the rankings, way above like someone who comes in with a 2026 book. So that was actually one of my main hacks that I was going to share with you at the end of this masterclass, but it's come up right now. So I did think that I should mention it there. But same with this one that I bought. It's got 2026 in an image at the top, but it's not actually in the title of the book, and it's not in the title on Amazon. We cannot change a title or a subtitle once we've published, but we can have an update of the cover. So I really like that hack of actually not calling it a 2026 book and just updating the cover. Now, if it said 2026 vision board here, Amazon wouldn't allow you to publish it. So it must be something a bit more subtle, like it's in a photo or it's in a bit of a sticker here. You couldn't actually have it in the title, but not in the title. When you publish it, Amazon will put a stop on the publishing if you do that, if that makes sense. I'm just looking down here. This one, like this one. This is the one I'm drawn to. I think it's 5,000 a month. I like that one. And you could obviously do one for boys as well, teens, boys, girls, young boys, young girls, and have like a whole, matching covers series as part of your business. That's what I see you all doing as your oracle and leader, that you're all going to have like 10 books. I don't know how realistic that is, but I'd love you all to like have a series of these books. So very quickly, let's look at the ones for men. Successful man's vision board. Yes, the men want to be successful. This one I think was doing quite well. Is it on 5,000-ish a month? Oh, 3,000-ish, 2 to 3. Clip art book. That's a very distinctive, very different cover, and I think they've done quite a few of them with that cover. So there are quite a few men's ones, but they're not as nice, the covers, and there's not as much choice as there are for women. And let's go back to the presentation. I just wanted to show you really how to research those on Amazon. The best thing is to do is get a list, get a spreadsheet, put all the newest published ones on your list. Actually, let me just show you how to find the newest published ones. It's not coming up, is it? Sometimes my Amazon does this. Does anyone else's do this? Wait, it doesn't show you the date of publishing. Oh, here we go. It's doing it now. So that top one was published on October the 9th, 2025. And sometimes it just doesn't come up. So maybe just refresh your browser if it's not coming up. This one, it was published on Christmas Eve last year. That's the one that is doing doing really well, those two bestsellers, and they've obviously only just recently been published. We want to look at, are they published by big publishers or big brands? And we want to really be looking at the ones that aren't the big brands or the big publishers to get our own ideas of what we want to create and publish. Here we go, September last year. This one is November last year. October last year. So they've all been recently published. So very good signs for us still here at the beginning of 2026. Okay, definitely going back to my presentation this time. So we hopefully will end up with a list of the bestsellers and an idea of the ones that we're drawn to, the manifestation one, the beige one, the aesthetic one, the editorial style one, or just a general one, like a men and women one. You'll have a feeling in your gut which ones you are drawn to. You could do a health one. You could potentially do a garden one. You know, the world is your oyster. You could niche down with these vision board books for sure. I'd love to do, you know, a garden one, my garden aspiration vision for my garden. That would be just such a lovely book. And I'm sure there are a few out there already. So just to show you some of the income from these books, this is hovering around 100k. Wendy said it's gone up to 125k last month. So that's the top bestseller that I could find, other than the FBA ones, which I've got a feeling they're earning a lot more than that even. Oh God, lower my hand. The next one, the one I've bought, is 23k. I thought I'd bought the bestseller, but I'm happy with that one anyway. That one is 10k. They've all got really quite similar layouts of covers, and these must be the covers that are doing well. So I wouldn't try and steer too much away from that until you're on your book 3 or your book 4, or you're a little bit more down the line. And that one there, 43k. I do find that one at the bottom easier to read, and I imagine it would be easier to see in a mobile thumbnail as well on Amazon. So that's 43k a month, and I think that's the reason why it's bigger words, bigger writing, easier to read. Then these ones, we've got one for Black women, which I think is really good. I don't know if you think this is a good idea or totally ridiculous, but there's none for brown women. You know, women of like Asian ethnicity. It's kinds of white people and black people. And I think, well, what about the people a bit in between? So I don't know if that is a unique idea for the market or whether it would totally flop. But I think it's a good idea anyway. So that one for Black women, I don't think the cover is amazing on that one. I think there's room for somebody to come in and create a better cover. That's 24k. Then we've got the Soft Life one. I really like that one, 10k. The Magic one, 10k. The white and beige one is 4k. I thought that would be more, and I wonder if it was a bit more like champagne glitz and glamour and maybe a few blush pinks or peachy pinks. I just wonder if that would just elevate that one a little bit more from 4k, although 4k a month is really great for a book that you've published. Imagine that over a year. And over 5 years and 10 years, if you can change the year of it as well, that's even better. This one was a health and life goals one, which I thought was interesting. I could imagine that you could have a home vision board book for your home and just have all sort of house and decor pictures inside it. I think that would be pretty good. This one is aesthetic vision board, 5k a month. A business women's one, I don't think that's amazing, that cover. It's 3k a month, but I just imagine a really gorgeous premium looking one for business women. Maybe in golds and whites, and I don't know, like an editorial style for business women. I think that would do really well. But that's on 3k a month, and I think there's room for a better one in that little niche or whatever you call it. Vision board for men, 3k a month with that one. Or it was on 2.8, I think it was. This one, vision board book for Black men, 5k a month. That's doing really well. And I think that book looks really cool. It would be a really cool gift, a birthday gift, a present. gift for a brother, an uncle, anything. I think that's a really good one. But there's not many books like that published, so definitely room for some more to nudge through in that little pocket there. This one here for Black girls, 3K a month. And then we've got the same publisher has done one for girls and one for boys in a very similar style of cover, and is earning 5K and 2K. Is obviously a brand new self-publisher, independent publisher, just like all of us right here. But what a lovely little earner that is. There's no year on it, so this is going to be a brilliant earner for Kalisha Winston over the next 5 or 10 years. So you want to do your research, have a look at all of those, see what you're drawn to, see what your income goals are. If you really need to make income, really focus on the high income earning ones and focus on how you can make yours better than theirs. If you're not so bothered about exactly what your book is earning, then go with your heart, go with your gut, do your gardening one or your girls and boys one, your teen one, just go with what lights you up, because, we want this business to light us up at the end of the day. Think about how you can make your vision board better, book better than your competitors' books. I think this is a big sticking point here in the Academy, is a thing that I find people have not thought too much about when they're publishing the books. I just feel as though that checkbox is missing when we're pressing publish. So really think about, why is your book better? What is your unique sales proposition? Why is your book cover better? You might have, a workbook inside your book. You might have a happiness wheel, how to use this book. You might have, I thought, you could have a vision board book at the beginning and then all the images at the end. I don't know if that would be good or not. I'd have to probably test it, but you could cut out the images and then put it in the book at the beginning to make it into a vision board book, which is like a bit of a guided vision board exercise journal type thing, rather than cut it all up and pull it all to shreds. So that's just one way, I thought of making it completely unique. But other ways is that you could guide people through an exercise or through like a 2-hour vision boarding session, and have that as like a bit of an ebook at the beginning or the end of your book. And that will really elevate your book over and above any of those that we've seen. If it's got an ebook guided vision boarding session inside it, you could put a little bonus sticker on the front. These are the ways that we can get our books to be elevated over and above the ones that we've looked at today. It's also a way that you can make your book the obvious choice, even if the other book has got more reviews. Oh, well, this book here has got a prettier cover and it's got a bonus ebook that will guide me through a 2-hour vision boarding session. So I don't even have to think about what I'm doing. This is going to guide me through it. So that's going to give people a reason to buy your book and not the one that's got, well, they've not got many reviews, but 20 or 30 reviews. They've only just been published, which is good. So you need to think about how you can differentiate your book from the rest of the books on the market. Now, that is not essential. If your book just looks like all the other books, you might still make sales, especially in this niche, as it's got 3 little excited green Kip Scout $ So it might not be essential, but I do highly recommend that you follow this. If you get stuck, your mind is drawing blanks, you're starting to panic, you're starting to have hot sweats, you don't know what you're doing, ask your good old friend, ChatGPT. I asked ChatGPT, I said, I'm creating a vision board for 2026, a board book for 2026. I'm aware that I will be publishing this book after the new year. So how can I make my book stand out and be better than my competitors' books? How can I make my book the obvious choice? Please, can you give me some top tips? And I'm going to read to you what ChatGPT said. It said, position your book as a reset and not a resolution book. January books scream New Year, New You, By March, people feel, well, that didn't go to plan. So yours could feel like the second chance vision book, the 90-day reset book for your best 2026, or just realign, refocus, and redream without even the 26 bit on it. This taps into emotional timing that your competitors have missed. I know that I've got no time in January to do any sort of vision boarding books, and it's something that I usually tend to think about around Easter. So I really, really agree with chat on that one. I like this idea. Remember, you don't have to follow what it says. You can just, brainstorm with it and use its recommendations as ideas. It says you could make it guided and not blank. Most vision board books are lazy. They have blank pages, vague prompts, glue and hope energy, bit boring. You can win by adding deep prompts before each board section. That's a really good idea, isn't it? A mini mindset resets, focused categories: money, lifestyle, health, relationships, self-belief, fun. Check-ins every 30, 60, 90 days, reflection pages, what has changed, what showed up. Think therapist meets CEO meets dreamer. And I like this one as well. Add a vision to action layer. People don't fail because they can't dream. They fail because dreams stay in Pinterest land. And pages like my top 3 non-negotiable goals, habits that match my vision. You could get people to put that on the vision board. Monthly micro moves. If I feel stuck, I will. My future self would thank me for. And you could get people to add these extra things to their vision board. Make it feel premium and emotional. Then there's the idea of adding a workbook or how to use this book section. Give them something that no one else offers. Add a bonus section. When life knocks you off track, reset rituals, reframe pages, letting go boards, emergency motivational prompts. Make the title sell the outcome. I thought this was interesting too. Don't call it Vision Board Book 2026. Go bold and benefit driven. Design your dream life, a reset vision board book for 2026. The 2026 Life Reset and Vision Board Workbook. Manifest and move your guided vision board for a powerful 2026. So it's not so much about it being the beginning of 26, it's more about a reset. So I really like that idea by Chat GPT there. I like this idea too. Make it TikTok and reel friendly. Can you imagine gluing and sticking and doing a quick video, and how everybody's just going to love that because it is so visual and touchy-feely and emotional. And you can ask people, what would you have on your vision board? What would you have in the career bit? What would you have in the family bit? What would you have in the fitness section? And you're going to get all people commenting on it. So this is real social media friendly stuff that you could create here. Then it says add structure that your competitors lack. Break it up into phases. Release the old, reimagine your life, build the vision, align your habits, step into her, quarterly reset. And there's other things. Speak to the woman who's done playing small. Your secret weapon is emotion and strategy together. And bottom line, you're not making a vision board book, you're making a life direction tool disguised as a beautiful guided experience. I thought, brilliant. And that is already better than nearly everything that has been published on the market. We just have to get it visually looking on point as well. Right, where we're up to. So you can use ChatGPT when you get stuck, and also to give you some bomb ideas to make your book fly. Nearly at the end now. So I've just summarized what AI said to us there. To make our books high quality, not lazy. Position it as a reset, a 90-day vision. Make it guided and enjoyable. Add vision to action layers. Make the title sell the outcome and the benefit. Make it TikTok, social media friendly and aesthetic. Add a clear structure to it. Blend emotion and strategy. and how to make your book. And obviously this will be step by step actually in the January module. But I recommend that you purchase a book first to see what it looks like, to hold it, to feel it, to touch it, to see what's in the beginning pages, what's in the end pages, to see how many pages they are, how they've structured it. This is the first thing that I recommend that you do. Some people are like, oh, I don't want to spend $20 on my business. And I'm like, well, the best way to do a book that's better than the best one in the market is to buy the best one and make sure yours is better. So that's the first thing I advise you to do. Then you want to open 2 files in Canva, size 8.5 inches by 11. I think any other size of book for a vision board book is not the right size in Amazon KDP. They don't do any bigger size than this. But because it's cutting and sticking, you want to fit as many images that you can on each page. So one Canva file will be your cover design. And this is the one instance where I think you do your cover last. You might play around with a cover to start with, and I always advise you to do your covers first. But I think you're going to need to have found your images and got your images for the middle of the book first, to be able to then pick your favorite ones out to put them on the front. So this is the one time that I'm going to tell you to leave your cover to the end. So one Canva file is for your book cover design, and you might have some ideas on there and keep going backwards and forwards, to and fro with that one. And then your second file is for the interior. Decide on your title and subtitle for your book from the research that you've done, and create a fully structured plan for your vision board book with all the structure and all the categories and all the headings in your plan. So in Canva, then you're going to have a little bit of a skeleton of your plan and just structure it and just add headings all in your Canva file. So your Canva file might be 100 or 200 pages. It doesn't matter. But make sure you add headings so that you can see the structure of your whole entire book in your Canva file. So your Canva file would be blank white pages. On page 1, it might go health and then fitness and wealth and career. You might have happiness wheel at the beginning, how to use this book, a workbook at the end, or an ebook at the beginning. You decide on your structure and just give it that basic structure in that Canva file so that you don't end up tying yourself in knots once you start adding your images to it. The next thing to do is learn about what images you can and cannot use. If you use even one copyrighted image inside your book, Amazon will take it down. They have got wizard, fairies and gremlins and ghouls in there working for them. They are bots, and they will find that one photo that you shouldn't have used in some sort of weird coded metadata behind your image. And I don't know how they do it, but you need to make 100% sure that you can use all the images that you use. So here's the big truth about images in KDP books. Amazon considers your book a commercial resale product. So that means that you cannot use anything that is personal use only. You can't use anything that restricts redistribution in print. You can't use celebrity photos, logos, brands, trademarks. You can't use images that require editorial only licensing. You can't rely on, and this is what I've done in the past, I bought Canva Pro so I can use everything. You can't rely on that, sadly. It's really annoying. You would have to check each individual license of each individual photo inside Canva, and it's an absolute pain in the arse. KDP is brutal about this, and they will reject books all the time. Oh, I've got that twice, never mind. So here's how I would go about it. All is not lost. Don't worry, you're not going to spend all this time creating a book and then not be able to publish it. So this is how I would go about it. Open a Canva file just with each of your categories in it. Find photos for each of your categories from all the sources, and I will talk about the sources that you can use now. Fill up each of your categories: health, fitness, career, travel, love, adventure. I'll show you where to find the images. Fill up all of your pages first, and then make a copy of that file and arrange the images and arrange the pages how you want them. Add your copyright page, your front pages, your back pages, and do your book cover, and there you are, you're done. Now, did I not have one about Unsplash? I think it's overwritten one of my slides. So I'm going to stop share there and show you what you can use to get your images. So you can use these websites. You want to maybe write these down, and there might be more out there. So we will talk about this inside school, inside our community chat, and also inside our WhatsApp group. But these are the main ones that I recommend that you use. One is called Unsplash. One is called Pexels. And another is called Pixabay. And then in the training module that I do with you, I'll also show you how to do the words and the writing. So you can create something like that in Canva. If you've done a Canva design, you're okay. So like words. And again, you need to be careful with typography in Canva. So I'll show you how you can use AI tools, maybe ChatGPT, to do some words and images like that if you want to add that into your book. But these are the three main sites that I recommend that you get stock photos from: is Pixabay, Pexels, and Unsplash. Now my favorite one is, let me see, it's the one that doesn't keep advertising paid things, because the other two keep advertising paid stuff and it annoys me. Yeah, it's not that one. So lifestyle images, 618k. Let's go down here. Yeah, sponsored by iStock. So this is my favorite one, Unsplash. And there might be some others that you might know about. But the others, I keep clicking on them, and then I clicked on a paid one, and then I didn't know how, and I didn't see it, and it's just a bit of a nightmare. So that's my favorite one there. And also looking in Canva at individual licenses, you can do that. If I just show you this, is it that? No. So I started to get some images together for my vision board book. So I thought I want it to be really aesthetic, and I want it to be really cute and feel really loving and like a hug in a book. So we started off with some hugs, and I wanted it to be aesthetic: pinks, purples, glitter, champagne. So this is what would be in my vision board book: some hugs and hearts, some blue sky. They might be able to write some words on it. So I'll give some prompts like write your dreams in the clouds, so they can actually use pens and do other things rather than just cut and stick. And then visions for 2026, we're going to go at the front. Then I was going to have 2027 and then 2028. And then all sorts of things. I've got crystals in them, balloons, and I just started to gather these sorts of images that they could again write something in really nice handwriting inside the middle to themselves, to really personalize the vision board experience. And this is as far as I got on Saturday with mine. But then I download each image and put it into Canva in the separate categories so that I don't end up tying myself in knots and going down a rabbit hole. But that will be in the step-by-step training module, how to do all of that. And then I think I just had One more slide. I'll see how important it is. Yeah, I've already said that. Final hacks. Add any links that you've got, any QR codes if you've got any freebies. We saw Jeanette in the WhatsApp chat today. She got, what was it? 300 people downloaded her book for free, but she didn't have any way of them, you know, capturing their email address or anything. So she wishes she'd done that. Make your book not state 2026 specifically in the title. Just have it in the front cover so that you can keep changing it and updating it. That is a brilliant hack for as long as it may work on Amazon KDP. Spend a lot of time making your front cover gorgeous. Spend a lot of time making your front cover gorgeous. Spend a lot of time making your front cover gorgeous. Really important. Make sure it's lovely and clear in the mobile Amazon thumbnail. Make sure your book stands out and people have got a reason to buy your book. And then that's the end. Happy vision boarding, guys. So I'll come back to you lot because I'm sure you've got questions, things to say, observations, things that you saw. What are you thinking? Are you thinking thumbs up or thumbs down? Thumbs up! I'm thumbs up too. I really want to do like 8 books on that thumbs up about this. We'll see how long it lasts. But from what I've done so far, it was fun. And I even scouring through all the stock image websites, I found that stressful. But once I decided that I was going to do beige and pinks and purples, I actually then started to enjoy it because I was then just looking for the pinks and the purples. So when you're just looking for anything, I have to say it's a bit more stressful, but you know, we'll just see how you get on with that. Wendy is super excited. Cindy's got a big thumbs up. Got it. Lynn's got to leave. Bye, Lynn. I think she's already gone. Yes, Morgue Files, been around for eons. Sometimes you find goodies. There was another one that combined all of the stock websites all into one. I'll have to try and remember that, but I used it for years and now I've forgotten what it was called. Yes, ideogram for special images. We might have to just check the licensing on ideogram. We might have to import it into Canva and make a few tiny changes to it, which wouldn't be a great big issue, would it? If we just, I don't know, added a little balloon behind it or something to make it our unique design. These are the ways that you can trick the license. When you turn a license into a unique design, it makes it your unique copyright. So using ideogram, I would recommend that you just make a little change. Even if you use AI, I'd recommend that you just do a little change to it as well, just to cover your back. Also, ideally, we want to get a URL of where we've got each photo from, just in case anything happens or you get a query or an email and you're like, well, I don't know where that image was from. It could have been from anywhere. So I recommend that you do a spreadsheet full of your URLs, so a little description of the photo. I don't know if there's a way of actually adding the photo in a spreadsheet. I'll have to look into that. And then a link to the URL of where you got it from. How to check images in Canva. So I'll just quickly show you. So let's go hearts, go to photos. So say I want this photo of hearts. I go to the 3 dots here. Pro content included with Canva Pro. Then you go down and then you go, I think you click into it. Pro content license, and then you read the license, and then it's really weird, the writing. It says that you can use it if it is 600 by 800 pixels. So you read the license and your mind boggles with this license. Try and read it. But from what I can make out, you can use it if it's 600 by 800 pixels. You cannot enhance it or make it bigger or make it fill a whole page. So 600 by 800 pixels, and ideally make a change to it. But I don't know how you would make a change to that love heart photo. So you can read through all of this and make of it what you will. I used to be a lawyer and I've read it all, and it's all very blurred and very grey. So personally, I'm going to give it a go using a few of them, maybe add a few extra hearts of my own. try and make some sort of amendment to it and hope and pray for the best. And if it doesn't work, hey, I'll just sort out the pages that doesn't work and I'll find something from somewhere else. But the problem with licensing and copyright, the whole thing is a grey area so that we can all pay the lawyers lots of money to argue these things. So none of it is clear. None of it is black and white. None of it is, yes, you can use all these, and no, you can't use all these because you've got Canva Pro. So we just have to do the best that we can. So use Pexels, Unsplash. Those are absolute public domain free images in those sites. And then anything that you use that's AI generated, ideogram generated, or even in Canva, if you can make any sort of mini little amendment to it and keep it to 800 by 600 pixels or px, whatever it is, then I think you're okay.
Abby,
Mm.
800 by 600 pixels is very low. Don't
Yeah.
think you get good print quality with that.
Well, I don't get it. So I download an image and it's 800 by 600, and then I put it in my bigger page, my 8 by 5, and it looks fine. So I don't get it. Do you know what I mean? So when you get it from Canva,
Yeah, I know. But in general, it's very small.
Yeah.
So even though it looks maybe good, I'm afraid you get kind of like grainy print.
I wonder what these are then in this book.
Although I have to say, if you look like in life to these covers,
Yeah.
they aren't super sharp and super, well, at least this one isn't. This
Yeah.
one is better.
Is it?
When you look at it, it's nicer, it's more crisp, it's more high quality. And this one is good, but it's a hardcover.
Ah. So I've just got this image, right? This love heart image from Canva, and it's the Canva one. It's the Canva size. So I presume this is the 800 by 600 px. And if I just put it there, so does that mean that's not good enough? Like my mind boggles. It really does.
Yeah.
Like, and then I don't know. Like that one. And then I've got this one here. So I can't use that one. I can use it if it's Canva size. In the license, it said you can use it for commercial redistribution if it's 800 by 600, but you can't enhance it or grow it or make it a whole page. But then I think, well, I just got this from Canva. So if I made it like that, I'm not changing the PX, am I? I'm just pulling it out. So I need to look into it a lot more because my mind is just boggled with that. Because a lot of these vision board books, they've got a full page on this side. So what the Canva license is saying that we cannot blow it up to a full page. So in which case,
Abbie,
Yeah, this one has that.
yeah. Yes,
And
indeed.
it's one of the
No,
small
they-
ones on this side.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Cindy, do you know?
no, I don't actually. It is mind-boggling, but I was wondering about what you said about ideogram.
Hmm.
So, have you read through their terms and everything, or do we have to change the image to make it, our own commercially usable? I didn't think we had to.
So I don't think we have to, but to be on the safe side, I would make one little change if you can.
Oh, okay.
Even if you do an ideogram cover.
Okay. So
Do you know
just to be super safe.
Yeah, and you know, 9 times out of 10, probably none of us are going to have any problems with any of these things, but there is going to be the occasion where we do. And if we make one little change to everything, then it covers our back to say, well, that's a unique design designed by me. So I would do that. But the ideogram terms and all AI terms is that you can use these AI images. But now I'm starting to see YouTube gurus going, oh, you know, you can't use AI now and you can't use AI generated images. And then I'm thinking, well, why can't you? And I'm trying to find places that tells me that I can't, and there isn't, because AI is generating unique images. But then they're saying, but you've got to put it through copyright software just to double check. So yeah, the mind boggles, and all we can do is as well as we can do. And I think if we can make a little change to everything that we do, then we're okay. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I get what you're saying now. I was like, oh, I gotta make sure I understand that.
Yeah, and it's hard for anyone to understand it because everybody's got a different copyright license and all of it is different wording everywhere. And I don't think anybody knows. That's the thing. I don't think anybody actually knows. So what people can do is make a complaint and say you've copied my work. And to avoid that, we make a little change to it, and then they're not going to make a complaint.
I have subscription, which
Mm.
is a one-time payment to Prime Stock.
Mhm.
They have about 3 million or even more, I don't know. And I think it's now at the one-off of $67.
Mhm.
And it has images, clip art, videos, GIFs, illustrations.
Yeah.
And that comes with a commercial license.
Well, that's good. Now, sometimes the commercial license is limited to like 250,000 prints. So just to double check that. But if we can subscribe to something like that, if you intend to do more than one vision board book, for example, then I do think subscription like that would be well worth it. And are you covered only whilst you're a subscriber, or did you say it's a one-off fee?
It's a one-off.
Oh, right, okay. I'll look into that. That sounds good. Because the stock images on those sites there are okay, and there's like hundreds of thousands of them, but it is like searching a needle in a haystack for the really good ones. But you absolutely can. But if there's a subscription like that has got better quality images, then it will be well worth investing a little bit like that into the images.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Thanks,
not
Yvonne.
even, I mean, it's $67.
Yeah.
So, I mean, where do we get then? We get to, just 50 euros or francs
And
or
is it?
pounds, whatever.
Look, I'll try and come to co-working this week, Emily, and maybe you could show me. Like, are the images
Oh,
good? Are they
sorry.
good quality? Do they do editorial style ones? Because I really like those, like really girly ones.
Just Abbie and Emily. A lot of
It's very much a search engine. You
Yeah.
can put in what you want and then start searching.
Mm.
Sorry, Nora?
I was going to say, just for anybody using the free ones, any of the free ones, be careful not that you don't need to include attribution.
Yeah.
Attribution. Oh, Jesus, why can't I say it?
Attribution.
Attribution.
Yeah. Good point, Nora. And if you
Yeah.
do need to include attribution, you just include it just underneath the photo or at the bottom of the page. So yeah.
Like honestly, there's times when I feel that that's almost the best way to go, because like even some of the ones that you pay for may not be kosher. It's like there was it's like somebody got a logo from one of these places and then got sued because it was somebody else's logo as well. So yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I think we need to be more careful with logos or anything that looks branded, anything that could be trademarked. But we're definitely not going to get sued for any sort of monetary value, with these images and photos. But what we could do is just get a little bit of an email from Amazon saying they've had to stop our book because of a photo on page 13, and we want to avoid that as much as we can. Yeah, and any sort of images like this, we can create in AI and ideogram and stuff, and I will look into the licenses of those. But ideally would make our own little change to it.
Hold
So
on,
you can
Hershey.
see like positive
Okay,
mindset
11.
there.
You might-
We can make a little change to that and make it into our own little unique design, you know, and then we're okay with it. Prime Stock IO, yeah. Let's try. We're all gonna be absolute wizards and nerds of all the stock sites by the time we've done this module. Let me write that one again. Oh, that's the same one, isn't it? So is it 2 words, Prime Stock, or 1? Stocks. Prime Stocks IO.
No, it's one word. I just copy pasted the link. So
Yeah, my mind boggles with this size, because the size in Canva, and then if you pull it, does that mean you made it too big? Like I just, those are the little things that I don't really know. I think the PX is actually how many pixels are in that image. So if you pull it up, you're making the image grainier and grainier, I imagine. So it's still okay. I might ring.
Yeah, that's it. It's the
Yeah.
resolution. It's like, you know, you're just making the grains bigger, but
Yeah, but
you're not,
ideally,
yeah,
we want
it's kind
quality photos, don't we? We want it to
right.
mint. I'm going to ring Canva. I mean, not that they're going to be like able to completely tell me all about the licenses on the phone, but I'm going to ring them and say, you know, it's not clear. How can I get more clarity around this? To see what they say. Because you see people, oh, I use Canva images and my book got taken down, but how many of those people does that actually happen to? And is it really happening? I don't know. It's not happened with any of mine. Oh, Wendy used to be a lawyer too. It must be one of those jobs that we all leave. Oh, dear me. Right, guys, we've come to the end. We've gone half an hour over. I'm very sorry about that, but I think it was well worth the extra time. I hope you've enjoyed the masterclass. I hope you were inspired to create amazing profitability and royalties with your amazing vision boarding books. Yeah, we will look into these licenses and which sites you can and cannot use, and all cross the I's and dot the T's and make sure that we get it right. Okay. Thanks for coming, everyone. Thank you. Have an amazing evening. Goodbye, everyone. Bye.